The first time that I played with that girl at her house on her own was when I found out that her father was actually part of a satanic cult. So this is a whole separate cult. That first night that we went over there and I had my first sleepover with her, the father was taking pornographic photographs of the daughter and I in his little basement area. He likes sadomasochistic porn, but he basically came downstairs with these buckets full of cow blood. The father then put the blood over us and then kept taking pictures of us kissing each other and touching each other, things like that. I went with her to satanic rituals that were taking place with those people. Rituals where they did murder children and animals. Animals is what they did like on your average holiday, but on the big ones, which they call black masses, where these covens of like 13 usually, because they believe in 13 silver moons in a year, there's 13 full moons, so it's usually 13 members of a satanic coven. They'll get together with other covens in the area for these big black masses, they call them. Those are on specific days throughout the year. On a few of those, I watched them actually kill children. Their number one way is to do it on ritual bonfires. So we were all brought to this place where people were wearing these gold masks with purple robes, and then some people were wearing black masks, black robes with white masks. Probably 3 or 4 covens, so I would say in total probably 40-something people were at this particular gathering. They're doing like a chanting, so they're around in a circle and they're reading. I'm standing there and through the woods come these 2 men, and they had like a pole, kind of like you'd use for a teepee pole. There was a little girl, I'm guessing again, she was probably 5, she was super tiny. So they had put this teepee pole thing there, and then they tied her hands and her legs up to it, so it was like her face was facing down, right? These 2 men were carrying her in towards this enormous fire that they had made, and to make a fire hot enough to burn a human body is like, you have to make it really, really hot. So they had to be burning it probably since the morning, way before I ever got there. But they ended up doing a ritual with her, and then they just picked her up and put her right down over the top of the fire. Now, it is one of the most horrific things you'll ever watch. And they actually die pretty quickly that way, because the second that they get over that immense amount of heat, they take their first in-breath and they're gone. But the most horrific thing is just watching, like I remember as like, when they put her in, her hair was dissolved instantaneously. It's like when you put hair in fire, it just disappears. So not only that, the skin just like liquefies and it starts to fall off of the body in sheets. So I was watching it fall into the fire like that, and then pretty soon we were left with basically only bones and like sinews and stuff like that.